3, 2, 1.
K-Pro Cow Pow Wow. K-Pro Cow Pow Wow Wow. It's the K-Pro Cow Pow Wow Wow. They want to find the treasure, they want to find it now. They are K-Pro and they are cow. They're going over it and over it and over it again. This treasure hunt created by Forrest Fenn. Sing it! K-Pro Cow Pow Wow. K-Pro Cow Pow Wow Wow. It's the K-Pro Cow Pow Wow. Marion and Indy are what they're like, although their real names are Christy and Mike. Can they pin down the treasure? They just might. Tune in to find out Monday nights. K-Pro Cow Pow Wow.
All right, welcome everybody to the K-Pro Cow Powwow. It is Monday. I got the day right this time. And what is it, the end of August? We are coming to the end of the summer, everybody. August 26th, K-Pro Cow Powwow. How you doing, K-Pro?
I'm great, and the room is already on ring. So I'm just going to say, hey, I want to say hey to everybody, but you're not going to bring me down. I'm full of cookies. I am happy as can be. And yeah, I might have a potty mouth, but you know who you are. I'm going to be a little ornery. I'm going to continue the orneriness of my world. How do you like that?
Ornery tonight, potty mouth. So I'm waiting for somebody to tell you your microphone's too loud, but I don't see it yet.
That's already happened. No, that was Evan, and that was in the first.
I got you.
So, yeah.
So I turned mine down a little bit in settings because it seems like I have that voice. I don't know.
Are messing with us. We
yeah.
ignore them. We ignore them.
Juno, Hooley, Eden, Silver Fox, Jack, Wayne Ross, Evan. Who'd I miss? Copper, Dan, Mark Anthony, Vicky. Vicky wants to know who won, K-Pro or me, regarding which book. I win. I always win. But I don't even know. We might talk about Once Upon a While, but we might switch it up. We might talk about something else. We'll see.
I want everyone to know that Mike thinks he won.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And I want everyone to know too, Mike and I might have sat with a reporter and I had to say the words, Copper Dan, about 100 times. That's all.
Gonna wash your mouth out with soap. All right. So yeah, AJ was just on Priddle Mondays. I don't get to watch it because I'm on my way home from work. But you guys learning those riddles? You getting better at those puzzles? Wordplay?
And I want you to know, do you think there's a difference between the word darkness and the word night? Two totally different words with totally different meanings, right?
Yes,
right?
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. AJ, I know you pulled the Thor hammer, but I'm just saying I should have gotten 3 cookies tonight.
Well, it depends what the puzzle was. If you just say the definition of those 2 words, there's a difference, but it depends what the puzzle was.
No, you said the right answer at the beginning.
Okay. So video viewer says, you're curious as to whether you did the Hidden Secrets app prelude and what you thought of it. So I did do the prelude, the 7 days. I was out there on my phone doing the thing. And then Sunday when the final puzzle came out, because I was on Android, the map locked up and I wasn't able to put in the final answer. Saturday. What'd I say? Tuesday? So I like the idea. I like the app. They just have bugs that they have to work out. We don't know when they're going to come back. I think, personally, they should do another 7-day prelude, and that way to make sure all the bugs are worked out and that everybody gets to use that map. But I like the puzzles. The stupid combo lock one where it goes around and you have to hit it, that was really getting me upset. I have video of me and the boys doing it. I just haven't put it together to upload it yet.
I gave it to David, and once I gave it to David, it was I was oh, and then I gave it to him, and he was second try. He was fine. Now, okay, I'll give you my... So I did the Hidden Secrets app. Here's 2 things I did not like about it. All the bugs, but I'm going to give them super, super props. I would messenger them within 30 seconds. They would message me back. Okay, what do you want? Screenshots, this and that. I worked a lot with them. I would say 40, 50 times about here was little glitches. I did videos for them where it kind of locked up. So they were super responsive, and that was the whole reason for this in the small $1,000. But here's the thing I did not like. On day 2, I had what's called single mom life happen, and you guys know that because that went all the way to Thursday where we didn't have a show on Forrest Fenn's birthday, and I'm sorry. But here's the thing that was irritating to me. I couldn't go and collect day 3 stuff until you solve day 2. You should be able to collect everything, in my opinion, and I'm going to give them this feedback. You should be able to collect stuff, so then on the last day, you are not so far behind that you just throw up your hands. And so I actually emailed Mike and I was like, do you need help? What's going on? He's like, oh, it's glitching. I can't get in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I did figure out what the right answer was and sent it in, but I was not picked for the mystery box. But for me, that stupid combo lock at the end, like on day 6, you had to do 6 of those. One puzzle 6 times. And I even stopped it, and it was right in the middle of the circle and still said it was wrung. So I'm stopped in the middle of traffic. Cars are whizzing by. No, I'm just kidding. I pulled off to play the game. But it was fun. It was just frustrating. What I really liked was the Bejeweled Blitz one with the jewels, where you had to get the colors. I thought that was fun because I like that game.
Love that one.
And I like the maze where you had to move the phone and move the ball around. If you guys have no idea what we're talking about, there's something called Hidden Secrets app, and what they're supposed to do is come out with a 30-day game, which the prize will be $100,000, but we don't know when that's going to happen. So yeah, awesome. So I give it a 7 out of 10 because of the glitch at the end, which they're going to have to fix. I also didn't like. I had a lot of gold because a lot of people used my link to download the game, and I had like 13,000 in gold. So I never had to leave the house. I could have just paid gold to get all the puzzles, and then paid gold to figure out the puzzles and get the hints. Actually gave you the solution. If you paid for 4 hints, the 4th one actually gave you the solution.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I think they should change that and actually make it difficult where if you don't solve it, you got to sit down and spend some time on it. But overall, I really did like it, and I think it's a good idea.
I give it an 8 because I didn't get to the point where some people were like, go, 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 go on Saturday, and they glitch like you. And I would have been mad if I put in an extra few hours. But my kid liked it so much, and we were collecting gold and all of that it was fun. They were so responsive and so nice about it. They got a lot of negative feedback. But this is why they did a $1,000 hunt for 7 days is to get all the, and they had lots and lots of glitches. So they're working through it.
So yeah, it's all right. Pirate 45, and also hello to Video Viewer 1961, Admin Ghost Dancer Radio. Greetings from somewhere in the Rocky Mountains north of Santa Fe. That's a new one I haven't seen before. Sonny says, no, Pirate says, K-Pro, can you please clarify if Fenn said people keep arriving? What is that from?
He has said exactly that because my old search partner, and I'm going way back to way past my first search partner in life. He said that is actually, he thinks, the most important quote that Forrest has ever said. People keep arriving there. Why do people?
Where is there?
The place of the treasure chest.
He said that. He said people keep arriving there at the place of the treasure chest.
Yes, and I need Sean Dotson here right now that he can say, oh, that's scrapbook 62 and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you mean publicly he said it? I thought you meant he sent it to you. Okay.
He did it publicly.
Well, all right, I'm going to Terry Scant right now. Let's look, because I don't remember this one. It's not there?
Terry did, but it's not there. And somebody found it for me because I put it, there's a site, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Mike. It's called Hint of Riches. So you could actually probably put arriving on there because I was like, why can't I find it on Terry Scant? They found where it was quoted. But so yes, in short, the answer is yes. And know my secret conversations with my old search partner.
Yeah. Well, I remember him saying people continue to arrive there, but there was the rest of that quote. In other words, and it might have been where WWWH is. I'm not sure. In other words, I'm trying to figure out what the full quote was.
Yeah, find that.
I will try and find it.
So yes, maybe with a caveat of whatever Mike finds is the exact quote. Pirate 45. Did you see what I did?
Because Forrest, he words things a certain way for a reason, I think. He messes with you.
I know more than most, my friend. So, okay. Okay, so...
I'm looking for it.
Okay, so we have many new people in the room. Oh.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome. This is what we do on Monday nights. Samuel Smith says, try Jenny's site Q&A. Well, you know what? How about we just Google it?
Google. And then Google, you could say
Google
Jenny.
is your friend.
There is going to be a key Jenny quote tonight. I'm telling you.
There is.
Mike, remind me, I need to talk to you about the after we got off last time chat room discussion.
Okay.
Some of you that were in there know what I mean. I need to talk to you about something. So I told
Okay.
and
Write it down.
I'm
All right.
writing it down because my mind sucks. So because it's 43. I'm owning my 43ness. How do you like that? So okay. So and know the place for the first time. I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
this is what I've looked up on a certain website that won't be named. People continue to
Oh,
arrive there not knowing that's what came up. People continue to
it
arrive
doesn't
there.
matter. Okay. I found it on bullshit.com. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter if you find it on crappy websites. I know where you're talking about. You can find it on a better place. Excuse my French. I actually did use a bad word.
People continue to arrive there not knowing the significance of the place. Now, what is there? That's the question, I guess. All right, here, let me put that whole thing in Google.
Somewhere that matters. You can't just bring up crappy websites. I know where you're looking, and it's not okay. Okay, so we'll move on.
Okay.
Baloney. I meant baloney. The front door. Okay, let's get into content related things. At the end tonight, those of you that were not, I'm sorry, KJ is rooting me on just to be more ornery, I'm sure. I'm not going to be ornery tonight. I solemnly swear I am up to no good. But I am solemnly swear I'm not going to be ornery tonight. Okay, so a couple things that we're going to talk about. Chase-opoly. We're going to talk about World Series of Fenn date has moved, and the marathon date is set, but I said the wrong date for a couple of the announcements. So we talked about this last night. Okay, those of you that are not subscribed to us, we went live last night as a surprise.
For like an hour and a half to 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so I will tell you, I think that you guys should subscribe. And we have a lot of people that don't subscribe, and it's time because they know Monday, Thursday nights. We're going to start going live or upload other videos at other times. I always say this, but I mean it this time. We have some big things there's some big stuff that's planned.
So we did just hit 2,800 subscribers. So thank you everybody that has subscribed. And if you're not, all you got to do is go down there. There's a subscribe button right below the video. You hit it, and more importantly, you hit the little bell that's next to it. And that way you'll be alerted whenever we do go live. And if you don't have a Google account, it's easy. It's free. You go to Google, you sign up, and then you go to YouTube. You sign in with that free username and password you just made, and you sign in, because you have to be well, let me think of that. Yeah, you have to have a YouTube account in order to comment in the chat. So everybody in the chat should be subscribed, right? And then I don't know if you have to. Yeah, you have to be signed in to do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You have to be signed in to leave comments on the videos. It's kind of how this thing works.
If we have 70 to 80% of our people are not subscribed, but they're watching, why not? That seems way too high, but we'll talk about that later. Those are things that are not content related, and we are content related.
And something else that's not content related is super chats on. So if anybody wants to super chat and you have a question, everybody wants to know about that for you, but nobody wants to ask. Super chats on. Okay, we said what? Everybody does want to know about the FOIA.
No, but I'm gonna. You know what? I might bounce the update to you. No, that would be. I was gonna say I'd bounce the update to you, but you haven't even heard the update today. I haven't. After this, a couple people I met with today, there's some things afoot. So yeah.
So you said World Series of Fenn? Is that what I heard?
Yeah. So we're gonna go non-Chase related stuff, which is Chase-opoly, World Series of Fenn, marathon, and the coffee delivery. I don't drink coffee for obvious reasons.
William with the $1.99 super chat. Hintofriches.com, Mike. You should try it. Yes, I've been on hintofriches.com many times. Pretty nice website, huh? Pretty nice forum.
Oh my gosh. In case you don't know, I happen to know the moderator. I can tell you, I can tell when people get on the website.
I get on. I just don't mess with. I have 1,600 notifications because I don't clear them. That's all. I don't know. Whoever that is, I heard she bans people. I don't know.
Oh my God.
With the ban hammer.
I do have to say
which is right there. That's why you're on the hammer for Thor right there, everybody. You see that? That's me. That's her.
Here's the thing. Yes, Copper Dan, my shirt says love, because here's the thing. Hint of Riches is a safe place. I have banned more people in the last week because there's been a weird thing in the water on stuff that's gone on in the last week, both
Weird
not
thing in
only
the
on
water.
Hint of Riches, Facebook, private email, a bunch of weird stuff going on. And I will just tell you, it's going to be a great place because there's a little button that you call flag. So if you're a user and you see somebody cursing it up or you see somebody attacking somebody, you hit flag. I'm able to go in, boom, make it happen. And it's called Bye Bye Sugar Pie. And people have been upset when I ban, I don't say Bye Bye Sugar Pie. So for those of you that I banned today,
Move yours
there's
up back a little bit.
back.
There you go. Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
There's a couple Bye Bye Sugar Pies today, and there will be tomorrow. Stop. Just it's a fun place to have a good time of discussing the chase.
So I just put the link to hintofriches.com in the chat in case you don't even know what we're talking about. There's a whole forum out there where people post all their ideas.
Yeah.
Gorman says he doesn't ban anybody, he just takes scalps. Well, all right.
Wow. I give them, here we go. I say, Bye Bye Sugar Pie, and everybody loved it. I got a little smile. And then we get back to chase related talk. We have almost 2,000 hits a day, and we have unique people a day, and we have about 100 responses a day. So there's lots of stuff going on, and come and be a part of it.
So if you have something to say, you want searchers to know, go to hintofriches.com and post it. Okay, World Series of Fenn, February 15th. We had to change the date, everybody. February 15th is Valentine's Day weekend. So bring your significant other to Vegas for a nice weekend of poker, Chase-opoly, and K-Pro. And me. Yeah, we'll all be there. And all the other searchers that show up.
Is your significant other going to be there?
She is. And it's Valentine's Day, so I got to come up with something. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure that out when the new year gets here. But yeah, we had to move it February 15th, everybody. And we'll have all the details. Oh, does that mean you can make it, Copper Dan? You said thank you, Mike. So I don't know if that means he can make February 15th.
Push the mic a little bit away. Okay. I don't know. You're on about a 5 second before. Like you just noted that. I didn't even see that until about 1 second ago. So kind of interesting. Okay.
Well, that's when everybody sees it, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong. There is a delay, though. Okay. There is a delay. Okay, and the other thing is the marathon. When are we doing the Forrest Fenn marathon discussion, K-Pro?
I told you I don't have my calendar.
Please tell me. The World Series of Fenn marathon is, I think we had to change that date, too. September 14th, Saturday, September 14th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We're going to have searchers. We're going to have all kinds of people on the show with us, panels, discussions. We have a couple people who've never been on YouTube before that want to come out and tell you guys about their solutions and their boots on the ground. And anybody that wants to be on, just email me or K-Pro, and we're putting the agenda together now. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to be on with someone else, if you're a new searcher and you don't want a full hour of your own, because some of the people are scary. Like we have Joel Lewicki and Copper Dan, and they're kind of scary. They kind of harass you in the room. But don't worry, we'll have moderator. Wait, Dan is a moderator. And we have some people that want to interrogate other people. We have some safety tips. We have a little bit of everything. So don't be shy. Let us know. We will be there. There you have it. There it is. So
there it is.
Let's jump into hard-hitting content because that's what we're all about on this channel. Hard-hitting content. See that?
Once Upon a While, everybody. That is the book we decided to go with because we thought that's been the least talked about book. We will get back to Thrill the Chase, and we'll do Too Far to Walk at some point. But we thought we'd talk about Once Upon a While a little bit.
Little bit. But okay, so there's a couple things in the Once Upon a While that the one thing, and we also reserve the right to jump around as we want and do things as we want, because if there's like a huge scrapbook or huge event or something that's happened, we're going to break loose from wherever we're at. We're going to jump over. Yeah, Alan K has a good question. So hold on.
Yeah, it is a good one.
So we want to hit a couple things that are piercing on the brain for us. And then we're going to jump around a little. We may go by chapters. We're kind of up in the air for that. But we'll see. And then some of the comparisons, like the Dizzy Dean scrapbook / chapter that's now in there. What does that mean? Those sorts of things. So Alan K said, thoughts on Douglas Preston at Collective Works, saying, Forrest doesn't want me to say this, but there are vital clues in this book. Once upon a
He
while.
said it. We all saw that video. Yeah, Douglas said it. A question I would have is, how does Douglas know? Did Forrest tell him? Yeah, there's clues in this book. Does Douglas Preston know what the clues are? Like, does he know, or does he not know? But he just said that to help Forrest sell books. I mean,
Well, so there's two things that I will say that, and one of them that I want to discuss tonight, at least as a beginning discussion, because I think there's a lot to unpack here. If you look at the foreword of the book, you can see that Douglas says about the parking lot quote. I'm looking for it as we speak, just to make sure I can quote it exact. Okay, so if you go to page 11 of the foreword,
there's the man himself. For anybody who hasn't seen the book, yeah.
that is not Douglas Preston. I
No,
don't
that's
care.
Forrest Fenn. Page 11.
Yes.
Okay.
It says the final clue, he said, would be where they found his car in the parking lot of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
The final clue. That's right.
The final clue. And there's something that we're all missing. So many of you might be saying, what do we think about that? So what some of you may not know, because we've been bringing it up and some of the news searchers do not know, is Douglas Preston said this exact quote, except he said the final clue in the parking lot of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. No.
Yeah, that's what you just said. I was wondering if you're going to catch it.
Okay. The Northern Arizona University.
Parking lot. Yeah. So to me, the Denver Museum makes sense because at least it's in the search area. I mean, if he's going to the Northern Arizona University, that's not even in the search area, is it? So why would he be over there?
Exactly. So a lot of people, so that was a huge discussion when Once Upon a While first came out.
Well, the sentence after that, in Douglas Preston's foreword in Once Upon a While, the sentence after that kind of ties in. He says, if I can find it, 11, right? He says, nope, that's not it. Do you have it? Hang on.
What are you asking for?
The sentence after that. Okay, I got it. The final clue would be where they found his car, right? Denver Museum. The next sentence he says, he had worked out all the logistics but one. How could he pull this off by himself without help? So to me, I just see that he's going to park at the Denver Museum, and he worked out all the logistics, meaning Forrest already knew how he was going to park his car and go to the actual location from there and then be untraceable. Because he knows people are going to find his car eventually if he leaves it somewhere. So maybe Northern Arizona University made sense because it's not in one of the 4 states. I mean, a lot of people could say, "Oh, it's in Colorado," if he's going to leave his car in Denver.
Well, but Forrest has donated to both, from what I understand, both of those places. He has his relative actually runs the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
Right.
Redneck Express says, "What do the 2 parking lots have in common?" That is the hint, I believe.
Well, one's a university, and one's a museum, right?
Right. One's in the location, one's not. One's in Arizona, one's in Colorado.
I mean, they have.
Neither of them are the actual search states where the indulgence is found.
Oh, nice. But I mean, they have to do it with learning. You go to university to learn. You go to a museum to look at things and find out about things you didn't know about. So it might be learning, but I mean, I don't know if that has got anything to do with it or not. There's a Columbian mammoth in the parking lot of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. And then Tim Walker says, isn't he saying a specific parking spot? No, he's never mentioned a specific parking spot at either of those 2 locations that I know of.
Well, and here's another thing, and I alluded to this last night. You can actually bring up the different displays that were on the Denver Museum when this initial quote came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it is interesting which displays were happening at that particular time. So did that mean something?
Yeah, maybe I mean, we just don't know.
Donate. Maybe he's going to donate in the future there. These are all the maybes, but so from what I understand, and this is 22nd hand information, 3rd, 4th, 5th hand, some searchers emailed and contacted him, of course. I'm sure Douglas gets contacted because of the codex and other things all the time. And they asked him, is there something to these 2 quotes? Because they're so exact of the same, but they're in different search states, etc. And supposedly he said something like, yes, there's something to him, but I can't tell you what. And he knows whatever that is. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Oh, Sam
there you have
Smith. Sam Smith says there is a parking lot mentioned in Thrill of the Chase. Remember his dad's sign, principal, on his parking slot, and that was a big deal of Forrest because I thought he said he remembers his dad hammering in the wooden sign, and he
That's
saw it every
subtle.
day.
That's
Yeah,
subtle.
yeah. Well, what do we do with it? But yeah. Oh, I see. So Sam's making the connection to a marked parking spot, a special spot, like where the chest is, like it's marked somehow.
And
It's
then the
marked
car
with the
has a
blaze,
wheel.
right?
No, and the car has a wheel, and you try the wheel.
Yeah, right. And then somebody else says 2 trips from my car. So that was when he hit it, though. The 2 parking lot discussion is when he was actually going to go for the last time and not come back. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we don't know, and I guess Forrest has never clarified, right? He's never mentioned it again on those 2 places.
Not publicly or privately for that matter. Not that I know of. And that's actually part of the discussion tonight is, do we know of any particular quotes or information other than, please don't put, I know, but I can't tell you. We appreciate there's at least 110 people that believe that. So tell us something substantial that we can actually have some discussion about.
Brad Jones, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. So somebody wanted me to reread it because he says it sounds like there's a specific spot. The final clue, he said, would be where they found his car in the parking lot of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. It just says in the parking lot of that museum. So
there you have it.
if you mean where in the parking lot, that we don't know. But
yeah, I don't think it went into that much detail, but there is a huge bronze bell in the parking lot of the Temple Elementary School. Ooh, true believer. Really?
Well, I would say this. So we have what you could say is secondhand information about the Northern Arizona University parking lot, but the Denver is in his book. I mean, Forrest approved this. It's not like Douglas wrote the foreword to the book and Forrest never read it or didn't approve it. So this is official as far as I'm concerned because it's in Forrest's book.
Have you ever asked Forrest about the illustrations in TTOTC?
Oh, that he says he has nothing to do with them?
Exactly. Which is crazy. It's crazy.
Well,
crazy.
Okay, yeah. Well, or does he? I mean, he says that, but does he really? Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
So does that mean it's in Colorado? Does that mean it's in New Mexico? No, it could be in any of the 4 search states. It just means that Forrest had planned it to leave his car somewhere and then travel to the search location. So
well, but then this throws out there's 2 things that Douglas Preston, we're going further and further down the rabbit hole. But when Douglas Preston says 2 things, when he has now said there's 2 different parking lots and there's a reason for it, but I can't say, and Forrest never corrects him, and he is a friend. He was pictured with Forrest on Douglas's Facebook page. I'm friends with Douglas, and I saw the picture this summer with them doing lunch. Then you have a second one where Douglas has said, we see it. I know Forrest doesn't want to tell us this, but there's hints in Once Upon a While.
Right.
When you have those 2, so does that mean Douglas knows something that Forrest has not told us?
And does that mean Douglas could have been the 200-foot searcher way back when? And he pretty much told Forrest, I don't have any interest in finding this thing, but, this is where I was, and I don't know. Maybe they had a discussion. You never know.
He definitely, so he has a posting up on his Facebook site. It's up on Thor. My old search partner found it from, I want to say it was 2014. I don't remember exactly, where he said, I'm out searching. This is my WWWH. And there's a picture of him in New Mexico.
Douglas Preston?
Yes.
He posted on Thor?
No, he posted on
That's what you said.
Facebook.
Oh, I thought you said Thor.
So my old search partner
found
a posting on Douglas Preston's Facebook page and posted it on Thor of the snapshot of I'm at my WWWH. I'm out searching. There. So what does that mean?
It's all conjecture. We don't know if it means anything, but it's fun to talk about.
Tell us now, Mike. You have to settle this.
It's fun. Somebody said KJ says let's press Preston. Call him. Get him on the marathon. Let's see what he knows. He can promote his book. Tell him to give away some books to some listeners or something. I have the codex. I just haven't actually read it, so I need to read it.
I not only have the codex. The last time I was in Santa Fe, here's his latest book.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not read it yet, but I have it when I have time to read it. Yeah. But here's the thing: if Preston was just spouting off, wouldn't Forrest correct him, especially when somebody that has been quoted in his book says something that it's kind of like if his illustrator says, "Yeah, there's hints." Don't you think Forrest would correct it? And I'm just asking the question. I don't know which way I feel.
So that means there is hints or clues in the Once Upon a While, right? I don't know. That's everybody's got to make that own decision for themselves, don't they? The Denver airport is only 30 minutes away from the Denver Museum. That's from Copper Dan.
And do you know the whole history of the Denver airport?
Oh, yeah, the conspiracy theory stuff? Yeah, that's actually pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
And if you look at one of the pictures, it's very similar to one of the pictures that Forrest has put out or has or so. Right. I remember looking at that at a time going, ooh, this is another conspiracy theory like I could really dig into. But
I don't think I've ever been to the Denver airport myself. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to see.
So I've been there 1,000 times.
Sean Malloy says, what are your favorite chapters? Well, I'll show you guys this, just for those of you who don't have the book. There's the preface, and then, hang on, there's the preface, and then before the preface, it says, what does it say? Hey, get off the keyboard. Here we go, hang on. I was just looking through this last night. I like how I can't find pages once I saw them.
No, I saw your posting on Facebook. You were at Olive Garden with TTOTC. I told you to bring the other book.
Yeah, I took Thrill the Chase to Olive Garden,
You totally don't listen to me. I told you to take the other book.
So this book, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Too Far to Walk have chapters. They have an index, right? But Thrill the Chase doesn't. But right here it says, boom. And then it says, see page 46. And it's like, well, what is page 46? So you go there. And 46 is all about K-Pro, do you know? Explosion on 3rd Street. So it's all about Skippy. They had a fireworks store, and there was a big firework thing. But it's right there on 3rd Street in West Yellowstone. So I think, there's so many stories, and there's Skippy when he was in the hospital after the fireworks going off. There's so many stories that are from Yellowstone. I like the area. I think that's it. Now, there's stories from New Mexico, too, but yeah.
Okay, mister, I'm thinking about going south. But I will say that, no, I did not remember exactly the whole exactly which chapter. What's chapter 46?
Yeah,
I don't have that kind of memory.
Right.
I will tell you one of the favorite chapters I have for a very different reason is Salute to a Warrior, which is on 107, which is about Rennell. And there was a drawing done for Rennell that everybody compared the Jamie drawing to.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard her story, and she has a chapter, and there is a beautiful picture of her.
That's cool.
And so that was one for sentimental reasons, not for reasons of where do I think that there is an actual hint, etc. from. So that is just one I throw out. But of course, in the revised edition, I throw out the Dizzy Dean. It's why is Dizzy Dean included there? What is he saying to us? I don't know.
Well, I like how he's got mentions of comic books in here because of the Marvel gaze thing. Yeah, there they are. They're definitely buddies. So I wonder if Douglas Preston is a writer, so I wonder if he's talked about ideas with Forrest. Not where is the treasure, not that, but I think Douglas Preston probably thinks it's such an awesome story, so awesome that he wrote the book, The Codex, and I wonder when he was getting information from Forrest for that book, maybe Forrest told him about the parking lot idea or about how that could be a clue. Doesn't mean Preston knows where the treasure is or knows what the 9 clues are, but I think maybe he has a little more inside information than everybody else. Happy Monday, Zapster.
Happy Monday. And so I'm looking at your question because I do have a call to action for those wonderful searchers out there. But let's see, this horrible picture. I don't think it's a horrible picture. I think Forrest has some pictures that are all about his family. And I have seen some solves that actually revolve around each part of his family.
But that's not the picture he was referring to. You were on page 50.
40. No, I wasn't. Page 49.
You are. That's page 50. Go back a page. It's the picture of Skippy is on page 49.
Are you out of your mind? No. Hold on.
Well, look. I have page 48.
46,
Right.
47,
Right.
48, 49. Oh, Mike, were you wrong? I'm sorry,
No, no,
what?
no, no. Wait.
And then 50, 51. No,
Oh, my
you're not
book's
right.
different because mine's revised. Do you have the revised copy or the original copy?
The original.
So the page numbers are different. I'm
Well,
not
they're not.
wrong. And look, page 50, 51. This is page 51 in this book.
Oh, which one
Yeah,
did you say?
yeah.
Okay.
The page numbers are different. So we were
Different.
both right. I was really
Oh.
right. Huh? What? What's going on? What? Yeah, that's interesting though. So apparently page numbers are not clues since they're different between the books. If
What
you
about
meant
Cynthia Mitchum?
if you meant the Zapster, was that Zapster? Yeah. If you meant the picture of Skippy, I think he used it because that's the only picture he had of Skippy when he was in the hospital from the fireworks explosion, and I take that as a true story. I mean, he had a picture of him in bandages. So
Okay, somebody's talking about Cynthia.
is she
I
searching?
believe.
Where is she?
You need to ask Cynthia, but if
Oh,
anybody wants to, no, actually, Cynthia's told me that it's okay to say she's not available for the marathon because she's going to be boots on the ground. She is so pumped right now about, well, I think everybody knows, and this isn't a secret, Molly finally passed. Molly
oh
was her
yeah, right.
and that was really constraining her because Molly was a big old Weimaraner and she had a really hard time traveling with her towards the end. And Molly was like her child, like my dog is right now. I'm having some hard times with my dog. Molly is passed, and so she had a long, wonderful life. Oh, you won't be able to stop Cynthia. See, she's going boots on the ground. She is going to be up. I have asked her if she would eventually do a panel. I would like to know, when do you change from your search location? I've only changed 4 times and I'm called the serial jumper. She's jumped many a times. When do you jump? When don't you jump? But this is a side note. So
All right, somebody called me out. Who is it? Ryan Ward. This is actually in Temple, Texas. It's not in West Yellowstone. The whole firework thing, the explosion on 3rd Street. You're right. It's actually Temple, Texas. When they were kids, it's not West Yellowstone. That was a test. I did that on purpose to see who would catch it. So Ryan Ward, you win.
okay, and I'm gonna say on a side note, Tom Sawyer said Molly must have had a blast looking for the treasure. I can tell you, I not only went boots on the ground with Cynthia, there's some pictures on her blog. I went boots on the ground with Cynthia and Molly. I can tell you, I got in a river or a creek or whatever with Molly. I got she didn't jump in the hot spring that I jumped into and actually bathed a little bit with clothes, so don't go there. But I can tell you that Molly is one of the most wonderful dogs, and she's watching from heaven. I can tell you, I feel honored for going boots on the ground with Cynthia, and I laugh at her. She does not have the ability to go off roading, but Molly was a beast. And I only saw her in her last days. Oh my God, I had such a blast with Molly. I fell a piece with her. So I went boots on the ground with Molly. That's huge for me. That's huge, huge, huge.
And whatever type of dog that was, I don't know the name, but my grandmother had the exact same dog growing up, a big dog like Molly was, and
Yeah.
that dog's name was
Weimaraner.
Midge. So yeah, what is it?
A
Weimaraner.
Weimaraner.
They're big
I had a
dogs,
Weimar.
yeah, and no
They're
hair.
really
It's
big
like
dogs.
smooth or
No
something.
hair, and they're super powerful. She was
Yeah.
actually very gentle. I wonder, my Weimaraner, and you have to clip the tail because the tail hits so hard they'll actually eventually split it. So they tell
Oh.
you to actually cut the tail as a puppy because then it's not as bad. Because almost all Weimaraners will split. Anyway, I won't even get into the details. I had a Weimaraner. She reminded me of my Weimaraner, but I chilled, and we actually watched AGK the one night, and Mom, she jumped up on me. We like chilled, and we watched AGK on a 60-inch screen TV at Cynthia's place. So there you go.
So somebody in the chat asked, how is the coffee? And I want to give a shout out to Rudy once again because he sent me this in the mail. I opened it up while we were live yesterday. Yellowstone National Park Wild Huckleberry Coffee. Anybody else had this before? I didn't even know it existed. So I'm going to wait for the marathon. This is the coffee I'm going to drink for the marathon on September 14th. So I haven't opened it yet. But thanks again to Rudy. That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm going to be bold and say if anybody has recommendations, I will go out and get it to anything tea related. That is my thing. I'm getting away from soda, and that's the only caffeine I have. I'm into the green teas. Want no sugar. So any green teas that you have as a
Send you some
recommendation.
tea, okay? And the
No, I
address
didn't
is
get
down
that.
below. That's what I heard. Kpro wants you to send her tea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to Zapster that says new Once Upon a While version 48, yellow center strip 1. Note it spells out Yellowstone in order. I don't have that. Can you go to
What
page 48 in your book?
page 48? All right.
You have the revised, right?
Yes. I have both. I'm just not sure where the other one is.
Sam Smith, that's totally true. And also, my Weimaraner, I was on. I actually used to own a vineyard, and I would throw that thing down the way, and it would go a good half mile, and he would take off, and he'd be able to bring it back as many times I could throw it, 6 a.m. to midnight every night. He just was a ball of energy.
So what's the quote? Because what this has is both Skippy and Leroy with hairs of fire were blown onto 3rd Street's yellow center stripe. But it doesn't say anything about Yellowstone. Is that what he said?
He said, fun fact, new Once Upon a While version, page 48,
Mm-hmm.
quote, Yellowstone, yellow center stripe,
Yes.
period, 1. Note that spells out Yellowstone in order.
I don't know what that means. It spells out Yellowstone in order. It says yellow center stripe, and it is an odd term to say yellow center stripe, but I don't know how it spells out Yellowstone in order. I'm not sure what order means. But let us know or send me an email and let me know. But the cool thing about Once Upon a While is the doodles. Forrest drew all these doodles that are in the book, and there's a whole bunch of them, so it's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, but there are also
I got to reread this book.
differences. Dizzy Dean, I think, is the big one, but also
Bingo.
Here's another one.
Cipher. No, it's not a cipher.
Oh my goodness. And also someone, Mike, you and I met. Who's that?
Mr. Shiloh.
So
Shiloh Old.
Yeah. So I think the one thing that we want to first announce is Once Upon a While. The second thing we want to talk about is the parking lot. So what do you guys think? I mean, I really want to dig into this more. I may make some contacts. I've already started talking to some searchers. They had some information directly from Douglas, directly from some other searchers, some of their own guesses. Why 2 parking lots? Is Douglas involved? What does this mean? Is he more involved in the chase? If you go through his Facebook, he has posts every year about this hunt, and he really doesn't have. He has a lot of connections. He doesn't have a lot of connections on his Facebook, but he does about Forrest, and Forrest is not on Facebook. So why? Why, I ask my fellow searchers, help me with this conundrum.
Okay, so I saw what Zapster put. So what he's saying is when it says yellow center stripe, if you remove the word center and you remove the word ripe, it does say Yellowstone because the ST in stripe and then the very next word is 1. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool wordplay, and you're right. If you do that, it does say Yellowstone. So that's kind of interesting.
Okay, can you put it up so when I play this back, I'll be able to freeze this? Go. That's not helpful at all. Okay.
Can you see it now?
No, I need my book.
You need your glasses. That's what you need.
Oh, you
some glasses.
Yeah, you're gonna see some glasses on me, friends. That's called getting old. Sorry, you're gonna see that. So don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool book. Mummy Joe. Okay, see, some of these scrapbooks I have not read. All these are supposed to be scrapbooks from Dale's blog, I think, and some of them are not resonating with me. So I'm not up on it.
Yeah, well, and
never go shopping.
Somebody said the bingo cards are actually all prime numbers. Is that true?
Ooh, see, that's the kind of stuff I like. Let me find it.
I know, Codebreaker Charlie.
Codebreaker Charlie.
No, 6.
It is on page 79.
Not a prime number. No, that's not true.
Yeah, 16 is not a prime number. So.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam Smith says, read carefully, not the lot, but where in the parking lot his car would be found.
In the forward? All right.
All right, let's not. Hold on. We're going back here. Because when Sam Smith speaks...
The final clue he said would be where they found his car. Oh, I see. I think he's saying if you find his car, that's where the clue would have been. Where the car is in the parking lot. The exact words is the final clue he said would be where they found his car, in the parking lot of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. So it's not that it's in the parking lot of the Denver, it's which spot in the parking lot would have been the clue if Forrest would have
So
went
do
through
we
with
need
it.
to like plot out what the parking lot looks
Maybe
like?
we need somebody to send us a picture of the parking lot.
Well,
Are they
and
numbered? Is there a sign
in a
somewhere along one of the parking lots or something?
and in 1,000 years, are the spots going to be the same? And Mark Connor says the main spot has 2 parking spots, one for cars and one for horse trailers and trucks.
But Copper Dan's point was, if Forrest was to drive up to the Denver Museum, how far is it from Santa Fe to the Denver Museum? Anybody? Is it not 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that?
Wait,
drive
from where to where?
From Santa Fe, from Forrest's house to the Denver Museum. If, let's say it's 5 hours, so he does a 5-hour drive, but then Dan was saying it's only 30 minutes to the Denver airport, so he could have parked his car, hopped on the bus or Uber, and then went to the airport and went wherever he wanted to. But the problem is
way too literal. There's no imagination there.
The problem is he would have had the treasure chest with him, so I don't think Forrest is getting on a plane. I mean, even if the treasure's in his backpack, it's going to go through the X-ray machine and all that. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think he would have. Now, he wasn't flying back then either. I mean, unless his idea was to fly his own plane from the Denver airport. I don't know. These are all just ideas, everybody.
Look what Czar says. He says he would have walked more than 0.5 miles if Denver parking lot had anything to do with it. I agree. I don't think it's as literal as you literal guys that are like codebreaker people are thinking about. Oh my gosh, the room just went.
ES says if you think about it with what is the key, it all makes sense. Well, what is the key? ES, that's kind of the thing.
Yes, that's really cryptic. You're almost as good as Forrest. Come on, give us something.
But Greyhound bus, he could definitely get on a bus with a backpack. I mean, people do that all the time, right? So, but Forrest didn't continue through with it. He got better. He beat the cancer, and he just decided at the age of 79 or 80, he's going to do it anyway.
But last clue. Now, here's something I want to throw out.
Yeah.
So the Denver Museum, the general manager, I don't know if it is today, but when I looked it up 2 years ago, the general manager happens to be his daughter's father-in-law.
Okay.
So his daughter's father-in-law. So if that is related in some way, Denver Museum, if it was a hint, it wouldn't have been when he was a kid. It would have been lately, more like when he was an adult. What do you think of that?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
No, you have to know. You have to
guess.
Tell us now. Tell us now. Sweet inquiring minds need to know.
But that was the plan before. The plan changed. I mean, he did the treasure chest anyway, but obviously he's not going to park his car now. Now, he told Douglas Preston, and Preston put it in the foreword of the book, but, you know.
Did he tell him, or is he just letting Douglas Preston get carried away? And he's not going to correct him, but he has a famous quote out there, I don't know the exact, that says, if people get it wrong, I don't need to correct them. I'll let them, like, carry on. Mm-hmm. Basically, is that what he's doing with Douglas?
Well, what I want to know is when Douglas Preston sent him his warm waters halt, I want to know if Forrest asked him, did he dip his toe in it? Because this would have been way back. I want to know if that's what he had told him. Did you dip your toe in it, Douglas?
Okay. And did he tell him?
Did he not tell him? Did he tell him if he did or not?
So he already has the codex. He already has the quote. He says there's hints in Once Upon a While. Does he know that for sure or not? Is Douglas more involved than we think? And Shiloh's in Once Upon a While. We already know Shiloh.
Suzanne Summers. It could be the Illuminati. They're all involved. So anybody who played Hidden Secrets app, when you successfully solved the page, did you see that pyramid that would come up with that freaky looking eye that would look at you? Did you see that? Oh, then your son did it for you. So when you would successfully answer the page and get the right answer, this pyramid would come up, and there's a real human eyeball in the middle that's looking around. And Chris saw that, and he looks at me, and he says, Illuminati. And I said, what do you know about the Illuminati? Chris is 8 years old. I'm like, what have you heard about the Illuminati? So I thought that was kind of strange. But that eyeball was freaky. They need to change that ASAP because I had a nightmare about that. So it was a
Are you
weird looking eye.
okay?
Yeah, it was a weird looking
You
eye.
need somebody there to protect you.
I think they were trying to replicate the pyramid in the eye that's on the back of the dollar bill. But this was a real human eye that would look around, and it was just weird
God,
looking.
I think I
Somebody
just hit
back me
like
up.
once
Somebody in
I
the
saw.
chat.
Well, I think once I solve it, I just I'm one of those that skips through all of the words and stuff. So
Well, you're
I
never
just
going to
hit
put the
go.
clues together. You got to look at every little thing. That's really, on the final journal page, there were hints to the real location.
Do you have the treasure chest? Who had to come out for boots on the ground clothing? Come on.
I know. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to
Okay.
storm Area 51? William wants to know. I would go up there. If they were like having a party, I would go up there. But that's in like 3 weeks, right?
I am not traveling at that time. So, no, I will not be there. And that is actually, so you all know that I spent some time in Vegas. That was all the talk. Everybody was asking. And I can tell you, I will not be. It is interesting though, for people that hate that anybody makes money off of anything, there are some people, they are bringing so many different products out there because they just want to have fun. And, there's Chick-fil-A and Arby's, and there's huge
there's money to be made, yeah.
Right, but heaven forbid anybody makes money. But like T-shirt, you will not believe the amount of stuff that's going to come out of there.
Right.
But it is amazing all that's going to come out of there as well.
Area 51-opoly. I could see it. Problem is when you open the box, the board is blank because nobody's been to Area 51. Get it? Agoosh.
Oh dear Lord! Yeah, I think it'll be interesting as like. If anybody knows about Burning Man, I haven't followed it in years, but back in the day, that was like, what is it going to be? I think this is going to be that. But rumor has it, once they do that, they're going to do it in other areas. But let's not get off track. We're hard hitting content. We don't want any issues. Let's talk about content. If Denver Museum is the last clue, it doesn't mean it's helpful to searchers. How could the last clue not be helpful to searchers? But let me keep going. Could just be the point where the trail runs cold for anyone trying to physically trace Forrest movements. Absurd. I don't know. Like, how could I know it's kind of like the FOIA. Some people say the FOIA won't be helpful. Any information, it won't take you back. It might not take you as forward as you want, but it could be helpful in some small way. I don't know. Hi, Donald Stevens. He says hi. I say hi right back. On the way. Now we're good. Okay, Mike, we need to make a pact. No, like my text is blowing up right now. I'm staying away from it, but
I
it's
got
Czar.
nothing. What's that?
No, Czar just said he just texted you. Oh boy.
He didn't text me. I don't have it. Maybe he emailed me.
Czar, you can text me. I'll pass it on to Mike. He parked the car there, but he didn't go there. Then who parked the car, KJ? I don't know. Well,
I did take the thrill of the chase to Olive Garden last night, and I read it as I had a late dinner. And for those of you that had me added on Facebook, you saw the picture I put up. I noticed a couple things in the first couple chapters of the thrill of the chase, so maybe I'll try and put that together and talk about it on the marathon, because it just seems weird, his choice of words. It came up a couple times, so don't know if that's one of the subtle hints or not, but yeah, I thought it was interesting. So
well, and so Mike, do you think we have time? Because I'm looking at the time. Do we want to jump into specialized knowledge tonight, or do we want?
Yeah, let's talk about it, and then maybe people can,
So one of the things that Mike and I have been discussing is specialized knowledge. I've had an issue with specialized knowledge that came up on last night's show. Nez do you need to know the different war, the different battles in the war? Is that specialized knowledge, periodic table, etc.? So if you look at this book, and as we start looking at it, so if you look at the Denver Museum, would it be specialized knowledge to know what the displays are during that time when this announcement came out? Do you think that the periodic table is specialized knowledge? Do you think, now here's the thing, he always tells us to look up different dictionary terms of a particular word. Is that specialized knowledge? What is the level? And I want us to hold each other true to saying, wait a minute, that might be specialized knowledge. Because when we really get down a rabbit hole, and I've done this with the speech that Chief Joseph gives that says, I've done it tired and now I'm weak, or, paraphrasing. Is that too much? Is that not enough? So the one thing that I think we need to discuss is, what is specialized knowledge? Because here's the thing for me. Forrest has said this is a treasure chest he wants the average redneck to be able to find. I don't think he wants an advanced PhD that needs to run statistics or run advanced ciphers to be able to find from MIT. He wants the average redneck. So what is specialized that would rule that person out? He wants somebody tenacious, but he doesn't want somebody with needing specialized knowledge. So he has said the poem, the book, and let's see, a knowledge of geography or a good map. What is specialized knowledge?
Well, I'll give the actual quote. So this was the question that was posed to Forrest, and it's from M. Davis. Is any specialized knowledge required to find the treasure? For instance, something learned during your time in the military, or from a lifetime of fly fishing? Or do you really expect an ordinary average person without your background to be able to correctly interpret the clues in the poem? And Forrest's answer is, no specialized knowledge is required, M. Davis, and I have no expectations. My Thrill of the Chase book is enough to lead an average person to the treasure. And that ties into what I said on yesterday, when we went yesterday. He said simplify. He said get back in the box. What is our box? The Thrill of the Chase book is our box. And to me, he's saying, and I think he's tried to tell us this a bunch of times, all you need is the poem and the Thrill of the Chase. The Thrill of the Chase has hints that help you with the clues in the poem, but that's it. I don't think we have to research anything on the internet. I mean, I don't know how he's hidden these things in the Thrill of the Chase. And then the other one regarding knowledge, I just saw it. No specialized knowledge. Somebody asked him, Mr. Fenn, is there any level of knowledge of U.S. history that is required to properly interpret the clues in your poem? And Forrest says, no, Steve R. The only requirement is you figure out what the clues mean, but a comprehensive knowledge of geography might help. Now, comprehensive is not specialized. So I think somebody that's never been to the U.S. before is going to have a harder time finding this because they don't know about the Rocky Mountains. You know what I mean? You need a general knowledge or a comprehensive knowledge of geography, I guess. And that goes back, yeah.
I think we at least need to throw it out at each other when somebody goes down that rabbit hole too much of what specialized knowledge is. I don't know what the exact answer is. I just know it seems sometimes I do it all the time. Periodic table, it doesn't seem something. I see some of the advanced codes and
right, like try the wheel, yeah.
Yeah, not try the wheel is not advanced. It's just enough that.
But it is in the poem.
So it.
What?
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let's take one of the advanced ciphers. Most advanced, where you're going to have an MIT code breaker that puts together the World War III codes.
Okay.
And he comes up with try the wheel out of the poem. Do you believe that would be specialized knowledge?
Yeah, because you have to know what that cipher is. Yes. But the sliding of the poem lines, you don't have to know that. If you read the poem a certain way, it tells you how to slide them. So you don't have to have any knowledge of how that worked. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
So though I appreciate your opinion, I think that is called confirmation bias.
And it could be, yeah.
And just like Nez Perce Trail, you can look up Nez Perce Trail battles. And why is that specialized? It's something that you can look up very quickly. And it's just knowledge that you can have. And there are kiosks that you could find at each of the trails. So why? And Lewis and Clark, it talks about the Nez Perce Trail. Nez Perce Trail is actually referenced in TTOTC. How is that?
So let's say you could figure out what the warm waters are that we're looking for in the Thrill of the Chase. One of the subtle hints tells us without a doubt, what the warm waters are. We still have to figure out where they are in the 4 states. We still have to figure out where they halt, right?
Okay, we so need to go into this on a different show because we're.
It's already an hour. It goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, specialized
for the marathon. I think there should be an hour just for me and you to talk about the poem and the Thrill of the Chase and the marathon. So don't book up the whole 12 hours like we did before. We had a lot of people that wanted to come on. So, but yeah, I think we should, or I guess at another show, we just talk about this.
Okay, so I want to hit a couple things that have been asked. Zapster asked about huckleberries in 204. It says, don't want to derail the conversation, but any thoughts on some point on 204 as a possible subtle hint that the treasure isn't in New Mexico? No wild huckleberries in the state. I don't think that, because he didn't say specifically. He just said he's talking about his memories. There's times that he talks about memories in different states. That doesn't mean it rules out another state. Then Holly says, do we think Forrest has a rail car, or more likely he is donating his wagon 071 photograph with the toothbrush holder? I need to know.
I remember I didn't see where the thing was.
Toothbrush holder. I don't remember it's at 957. I don't remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, maybe it's I'm your Huckleberry. Is that an ode to Peggy, and that's where we're supposed to look? I'm starting to think some of these are conversations back to the TTOTC. I don't know though. Nez Perce Trail, William, thank you for the super chat. Nez Perce Trail run was part of the Continental Trail, and Continental Pride and the Omegas.
And the Santa Fe Trail, the old Santa Fe Trail that runs right through his property. I mean, but is that knowledge? He said a comprehensive knowledge of geography. So maybe just as long as you know, oh, there's this trail. I don't know. Maybe. But to me, it needs to be in the Thrill of the Chase somehow, mentioned somehow, some way.
I think the key line in the quote, my Thrill of the Chase book is enough to lead the average person to the treasure.
I agree with that.
Person? And I'm going to say, because God, I know it, he zings me plenty. It's not a highly formally educated person. We make crutches. And so he is talking about the average redneck that doesn't need advanced knowledge, but he also tells us specifically to look up definitions of words, which I think is interesting. So I think there's something to that as well. So make sure to put the @ sign and K Pro, because those are the ones that I'm hitting the most, because the room is moving fast. So I will say right now, we need to transition, since we already are at the hour mark, to the other things that are happening in the chase, which is the non-chase related things. We'll still answer questions as they come up, but I want to hit Chase-opoly World Series of Fenn and Marathon. So Chase-opoly, let's start with that. Chase-opoly is still moving forward. We're in pre-order phase. Pre-order because you haven't seen a prototype. There's a lot of you that just wanted to order because it's something new for the chase. We gave you the graphics. We should have a prototype in about a month. If you look and if you see that you want to order it before Veterans Day, we are adding a silver coin, non-numbered silver searcher coin, non-numbered, that you will be able to have as a part of your package only while supplies last. I think we're under 20 at this point.
We got less than 20 left. So it's the 2019 coin right here, non-numbered, and everybody who pre-orders, for the next 19 people that pre-order, it's actually less than 19. You'll get one of those coins for free with your order.
Yeah. So, and then the World Series of Fenn, we had to change the date. So those of you that thought it was the January 24th, 25th, I am sorry. This is my issue. I had a significant work impact and just became aware of it. We had to move it. So we are now February 14th, 15th, which is Valentine's Day. We might do something about a couples tournament or a couple something that we're going to have some fun things that are happening. So it's not only the poker tournament, though the poker tournament is that Saturday night. Know that we're going to have, just like last time, we did an escape room last time, we're going to be doing a Chase-opoly competition of some sort. We're not going to go on for hours and hours. It's going to be something that's time bound so we can get it in. So I will say I think there was 2 or 3 people that just came for the poker tournament and left, but the other 50, 60 people, they came to all the other events, and all the other events are super fun. We're going to get a whole listing out like we did last year about where to stay, whether you're on a budget at $50 to some people had suites. There were several people that wanted different suites and had parties in their rooms. We'll give you different options and all of that along the way. So we're going to communicate a lot better to make sure everybody knows what's going on. And then the marathon, 12 hours of Forrest Fenn. If you haven't gotten your fix from, AGK, ourselves, all the other, different ones that pop up here and there. That this is the place that you're going to get 12 hours of Forrest Fenn. So if you want to be on kpro3 at AOL.com, email me your idea. Give me the times that you can be on. We have slots available. I'm still working through it. Those of you that emailed me, I try to email back and say what slot, what time, etc. Some people want to be on full panels. Some people want to be by themselves. Some people have different ideas, more general. Some people want to give up their solves. This is going to be the way that they can finally just walk away. Lots happening. Lots happening.
So Anagram, I put a link to an eBay where we're going to give away 5 of Forrest Fenn's topo maps. Can you identify the areas? No, I can't because it's random. Although I did say yesterday I'm going to include the El Vado, New Mexico topo map, but the other 4 are going to be random. So it's they're all north of Santa Fe, but they're all going to be random which ones I pull. Copperstead Dan says, didn't you say you might give out some numbered coins? That's right. So for everybody that pre-orders and gets a non-numbered coin, and actually I take that back, for everybody that pre-orders before Veterans Day, you'll either get a non-numbered coin or a topo map free. Out of all those people that order before Veterans Day, we're going to randomly select 3 people. And instead of that topo map or that non-numbered coin, we're going to pull those out and we're going to put in a numbered coin. The 2019 Searcher coin, we're giving away number 8, number 22, and number 30 in honor of Forrest Fenn's birthday, 8/22/30. So it'll be like Willy Wonka and the Golden Ticket. When you get your Chase-opoly in the mail and you open it, you get to find out if you have the lucky numbered coins. So we thought that'd be a fun thing to do. So thanks for reminding me of that.
So some have asked, when exactly am I going to get it? We don't know. We're dealing with, we have estimated shipping because it's coming overseas. We have some tariffs and some holiday issues and all that. We're trying to get it out by Christmas. We don't know for sure if that can happen.
And then the other thing is, even if we get the game in, let's say around Thanksgiving, well, then the post office is slammed because of Christmas. So we can't guarantee you're going to get it by Christmas. We hope so, but we'll have a better idea once we know when I have them, because you'll see them stacked up behind me all the way to the ceiling back here.
So Mike is going to go in order. But if you remember,
in order, yeah.
This is actually the reason Mike and I met, is when Forrest and I were sitting and talking about, I said, there's no way I could deal with thousands of tickets for a drawing, for the Jamie drawing. I said, who on earth would be able to do all this? And then I remembered back when Mike was like, I got all 1,000. It was like 3 a.m. and I thought, wow, that's dedication for the coins that had gone out. He matched them all up. He got them all out. So he's going to be doing that for weeks.
Well, that was difficult because there were sequence numbers. I had to find people's actual sequence numbers. Chase-opoly will be easier because all the games are the same. All I'm going to do is insert the coin or the map, whatever it is you get. But it's also a different animal because of the size of the box. They gave me the final size. I want to say it's 12 inches by 20, something like that, and they're going to be stacked up all over the place. So if you haven't ordered one, what are you waiting for? When we close this out, I'm going to play the K-Pro Cow Powwow song, and I'll show you guys the cover of the box. So please order one.
I got shafted. He got to meet certain searchers.
It was all worth it to meet K-Pro. That's what he's trying to say. That's
exactly.
right.
But he's trying to say Mike got shafted. Wait a minute. William. So, no, all in good fun.
And if you have any questions on the game, Chase-opoly, the Thrill of the Chase board game, you can email chaseopoly@gmail.com. All that fun stuff.
Yeah,
like the Pistons, 89-90. I remember with those days.
Oh, my God. I just thought that could be in Chinese to me. I have no what. Pistons is a sporting event, not a
which sporting event would that be? Which sport? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. All right. You get a cookie, I guess. All right.
I got a cookie. I got a hat trick. I got 3 of them. Okay. I'm on Dallas Jenny's K-Bro store. Okay. So Zapster's a little bit everywhere. Awesome. Okay. So that is.
I think that's it.
Chase-opoly World Series of Fenn Marathon. Once upon a while, I want to dive more into specialized knowledge. It was too hurried of a conversation, but 2 parking lots. If you have something that I need to dig into, please email me at kpro3@aol.com. I've caught up. I apologize to those of you in the last week that have emailed me. I wasn't able to get to a lot of my emails. Some people thought I was upset at them. I wasn't. I just had some stuff going on. And as you know, I'm in the education profession and school started. And so I'm dealing with a lot right now. So I'm playing. But here was one. question I had for Mike on the way out. Here we go. You ready, Mike?
Yeah.
So 2 parking lots, right?
Right.
Who has been in a parking lot and had Forrest chauffeured them around town?
Oh, me? You remember that, huh? The Collected Works bookstore?
I'm so jealous. Who has been in Forrest's car in the passenger seat and Forrest drives them around town?
Yeah, he said, get in, let's go. So what am I going to say? No. It's Forrest Fenn.
That's before I'd even met you, but I was like, what? I was coming from the airport. I'm like, no, you go ahead. He's like, I'm already in the car. There's nothing I can do. And I was like, oh, don't like drive and text. He's like, Forrest is driving. I'm like,
Yeah.
are you out of your mind?
And you're like, what?
Forrest is driving. This was so exciting. So anyway.
I was like, Forrest, who are you here with? And he's like, I'm here by myself. He drives himself. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how he is. Santa Fe is his town. So,
Yeah.
all right.
So
Oh, West Guide TAS wants to know what happened in that after chat. That's something we got to talk about offline.
well, yeah, we'll talk about that. But here's one thing. Some people have asked if we cut this off. Here's what happens. And some people secretly know this, so I'm just going to air it. After we cut off the live stream, anybody in the chat can stay in the chat. The chat is not recorded and the chat is not replayed. So people do chat about a lot of things and it's not moderated.
But
so
the chat stays there. The chat stays open as long as people are in it. Even after we're off the air and done. I close it down. I'm not looking at the chat. So
right. I've gone in a couple times. Like I went in, what was it, last night? I went back in. There was some discussion I need to talk with you, Mike, about just some things to do. Some people give up their secrets there. Know that that is a spot that is, it's not us. It's what YouTube decides. That's not what they're going to replay. So if you're gone after the chat, and once you close the chat, if the live stream is not on, it doesn't let you back in. It just starts you from the beginning. So a little bit of trivia for those of you, and people can see how many are watching in chat and how many comment in chat. So some people will say there's 9 in chat, but there's only 4 people commenting. Who's the others? And they'll like call them out, which is kind of interesting. So anyway, I have seen some hints thrown out at times. I have been asked, and I sometimes will jump back in there. It's only very so often because Mike and I usually debrief now. So sometimes, most of the time, I don't get back in. I did get back in last night. Mike, I need to talk to you about that. Some things happening. So
Flipside is in the house. Wouldn't that be keeping inside the box? What?
Don't you think that can be understood or solved?
Yes, that's right, Sean. And I mentioned that earlier. That's what I said. Is when he said get back in the box and he said simplify, I think he meant all you need is the Thrill of the Chase book. We're researching 8 million things on the internet, and I think get back to the poem and get back to the Thrill of the Chase. I think that's what he meant when he said get back in the box. The Thrill of the Chase is like the box of the poem because you open it and there's the poem. So yeah, that's what I think he meant.
Well, and
for sure.
Is there a go directly to jail? No, there's go home and play canasta. And there might be some things about digging and other things that happen, and I'm not even going to talk about those. You're going to have to see once we get the prototype, and yeah. And Stillman, no, don't apologize for grammar. Forrest doesn't. See what I did there? So anyway, okay. So you'll see a lot more when we get the prototype. We're going to actually show a lot more of the details than we have so far because it's just graphics. So you'll be able to see a little bit more. Did he see first version of the poem? I don't know which he you're talking about. I don't know.
I don't know if it means Douglas Preston or someone else. But Douglas Preston said he did see the original version of the poem, and it was a little bit different, but he doesn't really go into detail.
I have met 2 people that have said they see the version. So anyway, so there you have it. There it is. It's all clear now. We have solved all things. Please go pick up the treasure chest. Let us know when you find it. And the emails are just rolling in.
So
you guys are so fun.
The Facebook page is Cowlazars Grand Adventure. So Denise was just saying, Zapster, can you go to the Facebook? I think they want to discuss something or share something. Cowlazars Grand Adventure, if you guys want to join that. That's a place for all treasure hunts, but definitely Forrest Fenn.
Yeah, and I'll throw out different ideas. I also hit Galore. That's another one that I hit a lot. But Cowlazars is the one that I will hit different ideas. And yeah.
And of course, hintofriches.com if you guys want to discuss something.
Hint of Riches. Come on. Come and discuss all things Forrest
until
Fenn.
K-Pro bans you. You know,
I might have to. You know what?
you probably deserve it if you get banned. I don't know.
You put up. Here's the only thing: personal attacks, putting up people's personal information. That's it. That's really.
Oh,
There you go.
here's one from William. If you know, why did the chest go from Tarzan to Indulgence? Do we know why he changed the name?
I actually
don't.
do not know this, but I so have some. That needs to be a show in itself because
Yeah.
I have some huge theories that are probably worth nothing. But I want to hear yours, like William. So just shoot me a message real quick. Yeah. So, are you heading out prior to World Series of Fenn? Dar, we need to talk offline.
Of course she is. I don't know when, but I'll make her get out here.
Czar, that's so happening. And if we don't meet up in the poker room, shame on us. Shame on us. And actually, the one thing I do feel bad about, I was there for so long and we didn't do a big searcher meetup this summer. So we need to do a searcher meetup when I'm out there. Definitely will be this fall.
Yeah, we should do it like at a Starbucks. All the searchers that are in Vegas live in Vegas. We should do a meetup for sure.
No, not in Starbucks.
Oh, wherever. Okay, wherever. We should do a meetup. Yeah.
If you get a couple drinks, everybody.
John Wayne Bobbitt's house somewhere. We'll do it somewhere. He probably would go for that. Yeah.
He volunteered.
Right. All right, everybody. Is that it? We got anything last minute? Because we're at an hour 15. It goes by quick. That's how easy it is to do a marathon. It just turns into a marathon.
Or so over. Okay. That's it. So you're gonna, and I need to run to my kid for a second, but you're
yeah,
gonna,
go ahead. I'm gonna try and show some of the Chase-opoly stuff if I can find the files that are updated, not old versions. So if you guys want to see that, stick around for a minute. But other than that, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, comment on the video, share it, and we'll see you guys Thursday at our normal time. Let me try that again. All right.
Pro cow pow wow. K pro cow pow wow wow. It's the K pro cow pow wow wow. They wanna find the treasure, they wanna find it now. They are K pro and they are cow. They're going over it and over it and over it again. This treasure hunt created by Forrest Fenn. Sing it! K pro cow pow wow. K pro cow pow wow wow. It's the K pro cow pow wow. Marion and Indy are what they're like, although their real names are Christy and Mike. Can they pin down the treasure? They just